we're defending that 9,500 mark. At least that's where the first tick is. So we're floating flat right now, 9,504, 9,502. Let's see how far we actually drift down and whether we remain sub that 9,500 mark if indeed we breach that today. It's a quiet start even for the Sensex, but I think what's more pertinent is to bring up what happens in the global or rather in the broader markets, considering the weakness actually caved in first from the broader markets yesterday. That's the Bank Nifty futures starting off a little bit soft. It's not a deep crack there, but yes, they're down by about 0.3%. The mid and the small cap indexes then, after the kind of carnage that played out yesterday, would be imperative to see how the broader markets have kick-started. The weakness, the bias continues to be weak, but yeah, you're not seeing as big a damage as yesterday, a fall of about 1% to about 1.5%, not just yet. Maruti, let's start off with that stock first then. Nomura has put a target of 88.24 in the stock. Let's see how that's been reacting. Starting off positively, definitely, 7,200 plus levels in Maruti. Fortis, wherein SRL Diagnostics, we understand, is going to be listed by the month of August. Fortis is another stock which should come up for you on your screens. Considering the huge pile-up in the stock, is this news really looked at as a positive? That's the key. Positive, yes, but not, not a big pop coming in there. 167, so stable at that. Ambuja, which is eyeing merger with ACC, again, this has been long in the pipeline. Ambuja starts off down 1.25%. Cadila, they are eyeing $1 billion US revenues in about 3 years' time. Cadila, though, starts off flattish. Tejas Networks, wherein Amansa as well as Abu Dhabi Investments has picked up shares in yesterday's bulk data. So Tejas Networks starts off about 1% higher. Coal India, wherein the Niti Aayog has proposed that it be split into 7 companies and be listed separately. Coal India starts off mildly positive, about 0.5% or so, at 245 thereabouts. And then the Tata Group would be in focus, considering the mega meet held by N. Chandra kicks off today.
Yeah, that pretty much actually sums up the open. There's not much in terms of stock-specific activity in percentage terms that you're seeing for the index. So 94.87 at last count. This is pat in line with what the Sensex Nifty highlighted. For the broader markets, actually keep an eye out for the broader markets, because that's where the selling pressure seems to be more pronounced as and when selling grips the markets on the downside. You have a GAIL which is holding out, an ICICI Bank which has done well under the radar. But this one has been a performer all through the year thus far. Infosys, Tata Power, Coal India are holding out in trade. While Maruti is paused at 7,200, that could be the pause before the next run up. So for viewers tuning in right now, be mindful of the note that Nomura has put out on Maruti. They're calling for 8,800 on the stock. Soon enough, I'm sure a brokerage will come out with a target of 10,000 on this one. But who's stopping the strong consumption theme that Maruti is offering leadership in? And that helps, sentiment on the stock as well. Just bring up the PSU banks in a row, because yesterday was a down day for them. Not that the pain has ended, but be mindful of the move on PSU banks. So PNB down 2.5%, SBI down 1%, Bank of Baroda will come up for you next. It's not just the mid-tier PSU names. Canara Bank should also come up for you on your screens. It's the large cap, slightly more, relatively more defensive names and stable names which are also crumbling under pressure, and that's what gets the market worried, because an SBI, a Bank of Baroda, all of these names come under the scanner if you're talking about a big consolidation and you're talking about big write-offs on bad loans, and thereby going back to the markets and raising capital which would only dilute their equity, perhaps even impact their return ratios. Jayaprakash Associates have to highlight that one at 21.50, 2% higher. It'll be interesting to know Dipin's thought on the rally in this one, and some of the brokerage stocks are picking it up in the session as well. But really nothing to write home about. Page Industries comes up about 1.5%. Some of the real estate names are active, but few and far between.